Hi guys, so today I wanted to do my non-bookish wrap-up for April. Just before I do that though, I'm going to do quick Friday reads. This is obviously not including, this is basically just today because the Book Buddy-a-thon readathon starts tomorrow, but I started The Brothers Karamazov at the beginning of the month. I'm about 50 pages into it. My goal is to read 25 pages a day, which I'm obviously failing at, but hopefully I will finish this by the end of the month. And I've also started making progress again on Invisible Man, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I want to start with 3 booktubers that I want to shout out really fast. So the first one is the restriction. Well, it's Sue and Megan. I'm pretty positive those are their names. From the restriction. Why can't I say that? The restricted section. They are just really rad, cool ladies. My ideal type of booktuber that I like to watch are just regular people just talking about books, and there's no that's just how they are. They're just like 2 cool chicks, and it's really fun too because it's not just one person, so you're seeing like a friendship and an interaction, which I think is really nice and sweet. And they're just really cool ladies. And they have good taste in books. The next one that I have to mention is Liz from Now Voyaging. I feel like these are all kind of new booktubers, but she is also the same. Like, I just like watching her videos. She is very nice and personable and intelligent, and she's pretty new to the booktube filming thing, I'm pretty sure. So you should check her out because she is really rad. And the last one that I have is Francesca from Utterly Uncool, who's an Italian booktuber. I discovered 2. I'm going to do like one shout out for one now and like one for one next month. But I love Italy. It is one of my favorite places in the world. And so it's really nice to see Italian booktubers because like my impression of Italians and like what I have noticed based on like my cousin and her friends is that they're not like humongo readers. Granted, my cousin is 4 years younger than me, so maybe like it's her generation. I don't know how old Francesca is, but either way, she reads, adult fiction, and she also seems like a really rad chick, and she's Italian. So, of course. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the podcasts that I have to recommend to you. I have 3 podcasts. The first one is Limetown, which is bananas. I started listening to this month. There's only 6 episodes, so I started and finished listening to it this month. But I am so creeped out by it. It's basically like a fake mockumentary, but it's not a documentary. It's like a fake radio show about this place called Limetown, where like all of the citizens basically just disappeared. And so you're following a reporter. It's kind of like done in the Serial, like Sarah Koenig style, where she, goes and like is interviewing people, but it's all fake, and it is super creepy. And I literally screamed bloody murder out loud while I was driving my car. I got so scared on one of the episodes. It's really good. There are only 6 episodes, and it ends in a cliffhanger. So if you want some kind of like conclusion, it's not going to particularly happen if you listen to it, but it's really creepy, really good. The next one I have is My Dad Wrote a Porno, which is super weird. I think someone suggested one of the movies to me too, and I forgot to look up who did, but I'm going to post like links to all of the things that I talk about below, and I'll like put who, if they're like another booktuber who recommended it to me, because I'm pretty sure someone recommended My Dad Wrote a Porno to me, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. But it is insane. So it's basically this guy's dad wrote a porno, and each week they read one chapter, and it's him and 2 friends, and they just make fun of it, and they should, because it is pretty bad. It's really funny. He like at one point he calls a woman's breasts like shaped like pomegranates, and it's just like, what are you doing? The whole thing, it's so bad. I cringe. It's so funny though. It's really good. And then the last podcast is Bookish Blether, which is actually hosted by Nicola from Robotnik and one of her friends. I don't remember who her name is. I don't know if she's a booktuber. I think she's like a book blogger, but it's just like a bookish podcast where they talk about bookish things, and can't get enough, right? Either reading, watching booktube, or listening to podcasts about books, or maybe some people listen to audiobooks. I don't know. So it's really fun. Nicola is incredible. So it's a really good podcast. So those are the podcasts. And now I'm just going to quickly mention TV. Again, I'm still working through Buffy and still working through Angel. My friends came to visit, and while they're here, they're like, oh, Portlandia. So I started rewatching Portlandia now that I live here, just out of curiosity to see if I like get things kind of, which kind of a little bit. It's a funny, dumb show. So yeah. And then I watched, I think, like 7 movies last month, which is wild. The first movie that I watched was The Covenant, which is the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen. Well, actually, it's the second biggest piece of crap because I watched something else last month, which was worse. But The Covenant is terrible. It's like these 4 witch boys and da-da-da, and it's like, I'm so sexy, and let me take my shirt off and wake up in a sweat, and there's spiders, and it's horrible. I would not recommend you watch it. I'll link a trailer below in case you're curious. Don't watch it. The next movie that I watched was Troop Beverly Hills, which I love so much. This is one of like my favorite movies from when I was a kid, and I rewatched it this month. It's, what is her name? I can't remember her name, but she is Diane from Cheers, in case you ever watched Cheers, which is one of the best shows ever. But she is like, you know, some hoity-toity lady from Beverly Hills, and she has her little Girl Scout troop that is from also Beverly Hills, and I think it's a beautiful, cute little story, and the outfits are insane. I feel like her name is Shirley. I can't think of her last name, though, but her outfits that she wears are so, it's worth it just for that, to be honest. The next movie that I watched was, I gave 1 star to The Covenant and 4 stars to Troop Beverly Hills, in case you're wondering. The next movie is The Mothman Prophecies, which I also gave a 4 to, but I don't remember one bit. I think it's the movie with the bridge, and then it like, I can't remember. Dennis Quaid? Maybe not Dennis Quaid. Richard Gere. Some kind of thing. His stuff happens. Deborah Messing is in it too. Who is the lead woman? I can't think of it. But anyways, yeah, I think it like scared me a little bit while I watched it. In retrospect, it does not deserve a 4 because I can't even remember it. But I'll link I probably should watch a trailer before I watch this. I'll link a trailer below. It was okay. It was fine. The next movie that I have to talk about is House, which is the one that was recommended to me by someone in the comments of one of these other videos a couple months ago. And oh my gosh, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. I don't even know what happens. Like, it is the most insane thing I have ever seen. I need to buy it. I need to own it because holy crap, it was so good. It's just like a weird Asian horror movie, but it's like super trippy and weird, and I definitely need to rewatch it. It was so good. I like highly, highly recommend this movie if you like weird things. It does not make any sense. So if you need things to make sense, I guess don't watch it, but that's no fun. Excuse me. And then after that, I watched the worst movie of my entire life. It's called LOL. It's a Miley Cyrus, Demi Moore piece of shit. It is absolutely terrible. LOL is the name of the title because, like, I guess the main character's name is Lola, so LOL is like short for Lola, and it's so bad. And at some point while we were watching, it's so bad. I don't even have words for how bad it is, but at some point during watching it, I like was on IMDb. I feel like I'm always on IMDb when I watch movies because I can't place people. And I clicked on the director or the writer, and she had made, this movie was like a shot-for-shot remake of a French movie. So I'm going to link the trailers to both the American and the French movie below because the French movie looks really good, but it's a shot-for-shot remake. So I don't understand how, there's like something, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it makes more sense in French, and like it feels more like homey, and like it feels French and it feels good. The American version is like too clean cut, if that makes any sense. Like it's too, I just hated it so much. Like I was fast forwarding through it so like I could see them moving and like just didn't hear them talking because I hated it so much. But I actually do really want to watch the French movie. I'll probably watch it in like 4 or 5 years because I need to not have anything to do with that storyline ever again for a little bit. Not ever again, but just for a little bit. So I am looking forward to watching the French movie because it looks good. It makes no sense. I guess maybe Miley Cyrus and Demi Moore are just terrible actors. I mean, not terrible. And then the next movie that I watched was Sisters. This is the Tina Fey, Amy Poehler movie. This was also good. I mean, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't like hilarious or anything. Like, it didn't like blow my mind, but it was like a cute, funny rom-com type movie. There is one scene though that was like very, very disturbing and that I really, really wish didn't happen. But in general, it was, if you're looking for a time killer, it's pretty funny. And then the last movie that I watched for the month was Josie and the Pussycats, which is one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid also. Not a kid, but a teenager. This is, what is her name? Rachel Lee Cook, Tara Reid, Rosario Dawson, Parker Posey, Alan Cummings. It's just so funny. If you haven't watched this movie, like, please, please do. I love it. I love it so much. Like, 5 out of 5 stars, obviously. Maybe some of that has to do with nostalgia. I'll be honest, I don't think it's like the best movie in terms of content, but I think it's hilarious. Parker Posey and Alan Cummings? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. They're both hilarious people, and it's kind of meta, but not really. No, it's not at all. I'm sorry I said that. But it's definitely like looking at how sheepish everyone is and how everyone just follows trends, etc., etc., in a pretty hilarious way. So, yep, that was my non-bookish wrap up for the month of April. Let me know what you consumed that wasn't books, if there's anything really good. If you've got some weird suggestions to me, I like weird things and weird humans, but like movies and stuff, please. House was so good. It was so good. Thanks for watching. Have a super day.